Hello students, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360. Today we will start a special series regarding the Forex terminology. 2 to 3 parts we have to discuss under that. Today it is a part 1. In this session we will discuss regarding some of the basic terminologies regarding the Forex and detailed discussion. In the upcoming sessions also, we will discuss regarding how to calculate the different rates, what is ask rate, what is bid rate, and regarding all these things we have to cover that. These are very important for your lateral entry examinations or your IABF certified examinations. All these things will be covered under that. So now let's start our discussion. First question here, that is, what is rate of exchange or exchange rate in the Forex market? Okay. So what it tells here, in the Forex market, exchange rates basically represents the value of one currency against the another. That is simple language, we can say that in simple language, एक करेंसी का दूसरी करेंसी के विद रिस्पेक्ट टू क्या रेट है, that is to be known as the exchange rate. जैसे example, let's discuss one example here. Like $1, we can say that rupees 85.66. This is the exchange rate. Okay, so in the Forex market, exchange rate basically represents the value of one currency against another. And exchange rate, it is the price of one currency in terms of another, indicating how much of one currency it is needed to purchase the one unit of another currency. Clear? So in simple language, we can say that exchange rate, it is the price of one currency in the terms of another, indicating how much of one currency it is needed to purchase the one unit of another. Next one, what are the floating exchange rate? Clear? Next point which we have to cover, that is, what are the floating exchange rate? Floating exchange rates fluctuate based on the market conditions. Very, very important. Like rates are continuously fluctuating. Basically, on which basis it is to be that? That is the on the market condition, like with their values rising or falling based on the supply and demand. Clear? On the basis of the supply and demand, they have to do that. Next one, fixed exchange rate. Fixed or pegged exchange rates. Clear? Fixed or pegged exchange rates are set by a country's central bank and are fixed against the another currency or a basket of currencies. Okay. So fixed or pegged exchange rates. Fixed or pegged exchange rates are set by a country's central bank and are fixed against the another currency or a basket of currencies. So this is the fixed exchange rate. Okay, so you have to remember that floating, that is based on the market condition. This is to be the fixed one. What is a dirty float in the context of the Forex market? Very, very important. This question they have already asked in the examination. What is dirty float? Managed float or the dirty float? What is that? This system combines the aspects of both the fixed and the floating rates. The exchange rate, it is market determined. Okay, the exchange rate, it is market determined, but the central banks may intervene periodically. But here what will happen, this exchange rate, it is market determined, but the central banks may intervene periodically to manage the excessive volatility. Clear? To manage the excessive volatility or achieve specific policy goals such as maintaining export competitiveness. Clear? So the exchange rate, it is market determined, but central banks may intervene periodically to manage the excessive volatility or achieve specific policy goals. Clear? Or achieve specific policy goals such as maintaining export competitiveness. From 1946 until 1971, many of the world's major industrialized nations participated in a fixed exchange rate system known as the Bretton Woods Agreement. Okay, so from 1946 until 1971, many of the world's major industrialized nations participated in a fixed exchange rate system that is to be known as the Bretton Woods Agreement. This ended when President Richard Nixon took the United States of the gold standard on August 15, 1971. Okay. So earlier, basically, what the system goes on, that is the fixed exchange rate system it is going on. When it is to be ended, that is on 15th of August 1971. Since then, most major industrialized economics have adopted the floating exchange rates. Many developing nations seek to protect their domestic industries. Clear, many developing nations seek to protect their domestic industries and trade by using a managed float, where the central bank intervenes to guide the currency. The frequency of such intervention varies. For example, the Reserve Bank of India closely manages the rupee within a very narrow currency band. Clear, the frequency of such intervention varies. For example, the Reserve Bank of India closely manages the rupee within a very narrow currency band, while the Monetary Authority of Singapore allows the local dollar to fluctuate more freely in an undisclosed band. Okay, so basically it depends upon country to country. They have to monitor their currency. That is regarding the dirty float or the managed float to be here. Next one, what is ask rate, what is bid rate, what is spread? Just first of all, here we go with the definitions, and later on I will tell you with the help of one example what is the meaning of all these terminologies. So what is ask rate? Selling rate. Ask rate or selling rate? The rate at which a bank or financial institution sells a foreign currency to a customer. Clear? So what is ask rate or the selling rate? That is the rate at which the bank or a financial institution sells a foreign currency to the customer. What is bid rate? Bid basically buying rate. The rate at which a bank or financial institution buys the foreign currency from the customer. And the difference between both of them, the difference between the buying and the selling rate basically represents the profit margin for the institution. Okay. The difference between the buying rate and the selling rate basically represents the profit margin for the institution to be here. So now let's discuss regarding that further, what all these terminologies with the help of one example like here. So you list your car for sale at rupees 4,50,000 in an online marketplace. This is the ask price or the minimum amount you expect from your car. Clear? Like you have mentioned that basically this is the listed price or the ask price. An interested buyer quotes they are willing to पे रुपीज 4 लाख फॉर द कार. आपने 4,50,000 बोला था और उन्होंने 4 लाख बोला. So this is the bid price as it is the maximum amount a buyer it is ready to buy or give. Okay. So ask price, that is the selling price which you are giving. Bid price, that is the buying price here. So while you are selling your car at 4,50,000, people are willing to sell of theirs 4,40,000, 4,30,000, 4,20,000. A group of buyers are ready to buy them for 4,10,500, 4 lakh and 3,80,000. The person prepared to sell their car for at least which is 4,20,000. It is at the front of the ask queue. The person ready to buy it at the highest price which is as 4,10,500. It is the front of the bid queue. To make the sale quicker, the seller reduces the price from 4,20,000 to 4,10,500 because the order matches. The trade is successful. Okay. So here, like people are willing to buy different rates. So later on, a group of buyers are ready to buy. One group it is 4,10,500, second one 4 lakh, and third one 3,80,000. Okay, so this is the best according to them. Okay, so they will reduce their price from 4,50,000 to 4,10,000, and this is the price. Okay, so in this way, similarly in the way of the currency, like they are continuously fluctuating, and where the customer and the financial institution settle at one price, at that point the deals will be settled. Clear? At that point the deal will be settled. This is for the large amount, not for the small one. Okay, so kindly take care regarding that. So what is the big number in the Forex market? What is the meaning of that? In Forex trading, the big number, also known as the handle, refers to the first few digits of a currency pair price code. Clear? So it refers to the first few digits of a currency's pairs price code, which are often omitted in conversation due to their stability, clear, which are often omitted in conversation due to their stability. These digits represent the stem or whole number of the price in the rate, like $1 is equal to rupees 48.1525 or 1650. Here 48, it is the currency pair price code. 48, it is here the big number, clear. This is the 1 mark question in the examination. Sometimes ask what is the big number in the forex market. So this is the big number. What is meant by settlement in the forex market? In forex, basically settlement means or refers to the final stage of a currency trade where the agreed upon exchange of currencies takes place. It involves one party paying the agreed amount of one currency while the other party delivers the corresponding amount of the other currency. Okay. So in Forex, settlements refers to the final stage of a currency trade where the agreed upon exchange of currencies takes place. It involves one party paying the agreed amount of one currency while the other party delivers the corresponding amount of the other currency. So this process ensures the completion of the transaction and the transfers of the ownership. So this process overall ensures the completion of the transaction and the transfer of the ownership. So last one here, what are the how many types of the settlements are there in the forex market? In the next session, we have to discuss regarding that in detail one by one. So the transaction in the interbank market may place for settlement. Either the settlement it is to be done on the same day, 2 days later, or some days later. Clear? Same day, T day. Sometimes it will be T plus 1 day. Sometimes it will be T plus 2 days or T plus n days. And here greater than 2. Okay, so what is the meaning of all these things? There are like cash, ready, Tom. All these terminologies are to be used, which we have to discuss one by one with the help of example. Clear? So there are the different types of the settlement on the same day, 2 days later, some days later, or even after a month. So what is a ready transaction in the forex market? That's one that is on the T day. When the agreement to buy and sell it is agreed upon and executed on the same day. Clear? To buy and sell it is agreed upon and executed on the same day. That transaction it is to be known as the cash or the ready transaction. Clear? That transaction it is to be known as the cash or the ready transaction. It is also known as the value today. Clear? It is also known as the value today. So these here are some of the basic terminologies regarding the forex. Hope you are able to understand regarding all these points. In the next session, I will discuss some more points along with the questions. So thanks to all of you for joining this discussion for the different types of the courses, either for the JAB, for the CAF, for the certificate course conducted by the IABF, or for the promotion examination conducted by the different banks or public sector banks. You can refer our courses also. For any other query, you can mail on our email ID. Thanks to all of you for joining this discussion.